If I may, Mr. Chair, I'd also like to ask DepEd for clarity. Yung CSE program ba ay nagtuturo sa mga bata na kasing bata ng 0 to 4 years old tungkol sa childhood masturbation? O what about anal sex, oral sex? Tinuturo ba iyan sa ating mga eskwelahan, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, no, there's nowhere in our curriculum that teaches these things to uh, learners between 0 to 4. Hindi po cover din natin yan kasi ang mga learners po natin nagsa-start at 5 years old.
Itinatakwil ba ng CSE ang parental authority natin, Mr. Chair?
Hindi po, malayo po yan sa katotohanan. In fact po, ang CSE ay supplementary. Hindi po siya meant to supplant or override the parental authority of the parents over their children.
So, in our current CSE curriculum, aside from the biological aspects of reproductive health, yung abstinence po ba, hindi ba ito po ay dinidiscuss din bilang isa sa mga paraan na mapigilan ng teenage pregnancy at saka STI prevention? At kung oo, paano din po ito ini-incorporate sa ating curriculum, Mr. Chair?
There's actually no really discussion on abstinence because you don't really talk about sexuality and sex in the curriculum. What we do is we map things. So we talk about these topics as fundamental or basic, science concepts. And even do sa choice ng mga bata, those are incorporated in other subjects like ESP at saka po sa MAPE, yung it's not really explicit na talking about, don't we don't encourage or we don't discourage them from engaging in such acts. So it's really a general, it's part of the curriculum. We just map whatever is in there based on what the comprehensive sexuality education encompasses.
Okay. Although ang understanding ko po, Mr. Chair, sa comprehensive sexuality education na lalo na dun sa binanggit ni Asek Galban kanina na older demographic, na eventually pag age appropriate na at pag developmentally appropriate na, lahat ng pamamaraan ng pag-iwas sa teenage pregnancy ay matatalakay. So I'd be curious moving forward how DepEd intends to discuss with the older demographics, all the methods, including abstinence. And then, just for further sorry po, Mr. Chair, baka si Asek Galban would like to add?
Madam Chair, the rollout of our adherence to the RH law also constitutes not just the curricular component, but also the promotion of adolescent reproductive health services as mandated to by the law. And this focuses primarily on our coordination with other government agencies. So I will provide as engineer the platform to discuss the content, but on the part of the service delivery, our referral mechanism, we focus on presenting basic data sets as to effectiveness of different family planning interventions. So inclusive of that would be your abstinence. Of course, abstinence would have 100% effectiveness vis-a-vis other family planning mechanisms, whether it be your traditional and your modern family planning mechanisms. And these are presented as facts from a health, medical, and clinical perspective. So it provides that platform through the help of our health personnel that are within the Department of Education by coordination with the Department of Health. And this is also why we hope to activate a more effective coordination system, more so, for example, with the DSWD to activate their services on protecting in case that we have learners that become young mothers. They know that there are government services that are there to provide them with assistance. And for those that are affected by abuse, they are knowledgeable as to where to report them effectively within the government system. All of these are part of the adolescent reproductive health services that we provide.
Thank you so much, Mr. Chair, at kay Asek sa pagbanggit yung in a way yung pagiging progressive nung from legislation natin to jurisprudence to implementation na by the executive. And yung salamat sa pagbanggit nyo sa from abstinence to other traditional and modern family planning methods na kapag age appropriate na and developmentally appropriate na, kasama sa content na natatalakay with the older demographics. And indeed, abstinence, of course, is 100% effective. And then to varying degrees, other traditional methods. And for those youth and students who are already sexually active, then nagiging relevant and helpful yung pagtalakay sa modern family planning methods para makaiwas sa teenage pregnancy. If I may, Mr. Chair, I'd also like to ask DepEd for clarity. Yung CSE program ba ay nagtuturo sa mga bata na kasing bata ng 0 to 4 years old tungkol sa childhood masturbation? O what about anal sex, oral sex? Tinuturo ba iyan sa ating mga eskwelahan, Mr. Chair?
Mr. Chair, no, there's nowhere in our curriculum that teaches these things to learners between 0 to 4. Hindi po cover din natin yan kasi ang mga learners po natin nagsa-start at 5 years old sa DepEd. And like we said, all of the competencies that we have under this called comprehensive sexuality education are mapped with existing learning competencies already there in the curriculum.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair. ASEC, malinaw po yun. And huli po, Mr. Chair, para sa DepEd, at this point in time in our hearing, ang RPRH law po ba? Yung, kumbaga, yung pinagmulan, in a way, no? Pinag-ugatan din ng DepEd Order 31. Ang RPRH law ba, pinipigilan ba tayong mga magulang na magpayo sa ating mga anak o gabayan yung ating mga anak sa mga matters kaugnay ng sexual and reproductive health? Bilang abogado din yung ating good secretary ng DepEd at kayo po, dear resource persons from DepEd, malamang kung hindi man lahat, marami or ilan sa inyo bilang mga magulang din, sa opinion nyo po ba, itinatakwil ba ng CSE ang parental authority natin, Mr. Chair?
Hindi po, malayo po yan sa katotohanan. In fact po, ang CSE ay supplementary. Hindi po siya meant to supplant or override the parental authority of the parents over their children. Kaakibat lang po ito, suporta lang po ito. Madam.
Salamat po, Mr. Chair. Magandang paglilinaw po yan at pag-affirm, no, sa ating mga magulang at guardian at yung tamang ugali din ng ating mga guro kaugnay sa atin. At kaya rin po ako, Mr. Chair, nagsimula sa mga tanong ko sa DepEd tungkol sa mga parent-teacher associations at yung mga PTC parent representatives at tungkol sa mga parent orientations. Dahil ang appreciation ko rin po sa DepEd Department Order number 31 series of 2018 at na sinasalamin sa mga sumusunod na executive and legislative initiatives ay nag-e-enhance dun sa primary na educational experience ng ating mga anak sa tahanan at kasama tayong mga magulang. Pero bilang ang mga eskwelahan at mga guro ay partners. And ang inaasahan po natin para din sa out-of-school youth natin, para sa ating mga kabataan at mga responsible adults sa ating mga komunidad. So, na walang pagpipigil, bagkus ay kino-complement. And in fact, dinadagdagan yung capacitation para talakayin nga itong usapin ng comprehensive sexuality education. So, for now, Mr. Chair, those are my initial questions for the DepEd. At maraming salamat po sa resource person sa DepEd. Salamat po, Mr. Chair.
Thank you, Senator Risa, for starting off.